Imagine living in a world where humans are not the first advanced civilization. Now that's a thought to ponder, isn't it? This concept, as intriguing as it is not plucked out of the blue. It's a serious consideration among some of the greatest minds of our time and has been a subject of fascination for centuries. The idea of previous civilizations, advanced societies that walked the earth before us, is not as far-fetched as it might initially seem. Picture civilizations that thrived millions of years before we even started to shape flint tools or discovered fire. Imagine societies that might have developed technologies and knowledge far surpassing our own, only to vanish without a trace, swallowed by the mists of time. What makes this topic so captivating is the tantalizing possibility that we are not the first and perhaps not the last to master technology and harness the power of our planet. This notion stirs our curiosity and challenges our perceptions of our place in the cosmic timeline. Consider the immense span of Earth's history, over 4.5 billion years. Humans, in all our complexity and sophistication, have only been around for a blink of an eye in comparison. In such a vast expanse of time, is it not possible, even probable, that other civilizations could have risen and fallen, leaving no trace of their existence? The idea isn't just science fiction. It's a hypothesis explored by scientists, archaeologists, and historians alike. They delve into the depths of our planet's geological history, scrutinizing every layer for signs of past civilizations, every stone for a story, every fossil for a forgotten tale. Yet it's not an easy task. Earth is a dynamic planet, constantly reshaping its surface through erosion, plate tectonics, and other geologic processes, effectively erasing its own history. But it's the mystery, the allure of the unknown that keeps us searching, keeps us asking questions. This brings us to a fascinating hypothesis known as the Silurian Hypothesis. The Silurian Hypothesis, a compelling theory that suggests we might not be Earth's first technologically advanced civilization. This intriguing idea is not as far-fetched as it might initially sound. In fact, it's an earnest inquiry undertaken by serious scientists in the field of astrobiology. So where did the Silurian Hypothesis originate? The term Silurian might ring a bell for fans of the long-running British science fiction series Doctor Who. In the show, the Silurians were an ancient race of reptiles, advanced beings who ruled the Earth millions of years before the dawn of humanity. But don't fret, our scientists aren't suggesting that lizard people once roamed our planet. It's a bit more nuanced than that. The Silurian Hypothesis, named with a wink to Doctor Who, is more of a thought experiment than a literal proposition of prehistoric reptilian overlords. It's a tool used by scientists to explore and challenge our assumptions about what an ancient civilization might look like and how we might detect its existence. The name serves as a whimsical reminder that our perspectives are often limited by our experiences and expectations. It nudges us to think outside the box, to consider the possibility that our civilization might not be the first to develop advanced technology. But why even entertain such a notion? Well, the Silurian Hypothesis is a response to a glaring gap in our understanding of Earth's history. There's a vast stretch of time, hundreds of millions of years, that predates our species. It's a time period that's largely unaccounted for in our narrative of Earth's history. And it begs the question, could another civilization have risen and fallen in that immense span of time, leaving barely a trace of its existence? This hypothesis is an invitation to expand our notions of what's possible, to challenge our anthropocentric view of history, and to consider the truly mind-boggling scale of geological time. But how would we even begin to recognize signs of such an ancient civilization? Well, that's a question for the next scene. Finding signs of an ancient civilization, especially one that existed millions of years ago, is no simple task. Unearthing the past and its secrets is a complex puzzle, with pieces scattered across the eons. The challenges are vast and varied. Firstly, time is a relentless eraser. It wears down mountains, fills in valleys, and reconfigures landscapes. It buries evidence deep beneath layers of rock and soil, hiding the past from prying eyes. Moreover, any civilization, ancient or otherwise, would have left only a tiny fraction of its existence behind as physical evidence. The majority of human activities, from conversations to cultural rituals, leave no tangible traces. So, how do we go about identifying these elusive signs of ancient civilization? Geologists, those detectives of deep time, have a few tricks up their sleeves. They search for markers in strata, the layers of rock that make up the Earth's crust. These markers can reveal past events and changes, such as volcanic eruptions, ice ages, or even the rise and fall of civilizations. For instance, consider our current era, the Anthropocene. This term, coined by scientists, refers to the current geological age where human activity has become the dominant influence on climate and the environment. Our influence is so profound that it will leave an indelible mark on the geological record. Future geologists, millions of years from now, might find layers rich in plastics, nuclear fallout, or perhaps even the remains of our grandest cities. This brings us to the heart of the Silurian Hypothesis. What markers might a pre-human civilization have left behind? Would it be something we could recognize, or would it be so alien to us that we'd overlook it completely? Perhaps they left behind their own version of the Anthropocene, a layer of rock bearing the telltale signs of a civilization that once flourished and then faded away. The Silurian Hypothesis asks us to imagine what markers a pre-human civilization might have left behind. It's a tantalizing question that challenges us to look at our world and our place in it in a whole new light. So what if we did find signs of a pre-human civilization? What would that mean? Imagine the profound implications of confirming the Silurian Hypothesis. It would be akin to a seismic shift in our understanding of history, biology, and our place in the cosmos. Firstly, let's consider history. The discovery of an ancient civilization predating our own would necessitate a complete reevaluation of our historical timeline. It would mean rewriting textbooks, revising theories, and redefining what we consider to be ancient. It would force us to reconsider our understanding of technological progress, challenging the idea that human beings are the pinnacle of intelligence and innovation on this planet. Now think about the biological implications. If a previous civilization had existed, they would have evolved, thrived, and eventually declined. This would have left biological markers, perhaps even contributing to the evolution of life as we know it. This could open up new avenues of research in evolutionary biology, paleontology, and genetics. Next, let's ponder our place in the universe. The existence of an advanced civilization before us would imply that intelligent life can evolve more than once on the same planet. This would increase the odds of intelligent life existing elsewhere in the universe. It would lend credence to the idea that we are not alone, and might even inspire a renewed sense of urgency in our search for extraterrestrial life. Finally, let's look inward at our own civilization. If an advanced civilization could rise and fall before us, it underscores the precariousness of our own existence. It would serve as a stark reminder that civilizations, no matter how advanced, are fragile and transient. The Silurian Hypothesis, while speculative, encourages us to question and expand our understanding of civilization and history. It forces us to confront the possibility that we may not be the first, and perhaps not the last, intelligent beings to call this planet home. It's a humbling and exciting prospect, simultaneously reminding us of our mortality and our potential. Are we the first advanced civilization on Earth? The Silurian Hypothesis proposes maybe not. We've taken you on a thoughtful journey into this intriguing proposition, and now it's time to tie up the loose ends and ponder the implications of this hypothesis. Firstly, let's revisit the main points. The Silurian Hypothesis is a thought-provoking idea that suggests we might not be the first advanced civilization on our planet. It's named after an ancient period of time, the Silurian Age, and proposes that a technologically advanced species could have thrived on Earth millions of years ago. The catch, however, is that any evidence of their existence might have disappeared, leaving us in the dark about our planet's potentially rich history. This hypothesis is more than just a wild guess. It's a serious scientific conjecture that encourages us to question our understanding of history and civilization. It challenges us to look deeper and think harder about the traces left behind by ancient civilizations. It forces us to consider that our definition of advanced may be limited by our own perspective and understanding. The Silurian Hypothesis also serves as a potent reminder of our planet's vast age and our relatively short existence as a species. It underscores the idea that Earth has been home to an incredible array of life forms, each with their own stories to tell. And who knows, perhaps our story isn't as unique as we thought. As we wrap up, remember that the Silurian Hypothesis, like any scientific theory, isn't about finding definitive answers. It's about asking the right questions, challenging our assumptions, and continuously exploring the world around us. It's about the thrill of discovery and the joy of learning. It's about embracing the unknown and chasing after the truth, no matter how elusive it may be. While we may never know if a pre-human civilization existed, the Silurian hypothesis ensures the question will always fascinate us. So let's keep this spirit of inquiry alive and keep pushing the boundaries of our knowledge. After all, isn't that what science is all about?